Well, it's here. I never thought I'd need an engine crane or engine hoist or whatever you want to call it for this project, but it's all in place. So we've got some new belts set up here because my buddy Rick needed his more sturdy belts to take his Cobra Daytona down to Phoenix to get it tuned up. So we're getting a bit Heath Robinson. That's just kind of holding the front in place while we lift the back end off. And I've lifted it off the ground. I'm just going to leave it there for a couple of hours and see if anything disastrous happens. Step one is to remove this interesting looking, I don't know, C-clip. I don't know what you call that. Anyway. Then I can get this nut off, for which you do need a special tool. Beautiful. Oh yeah, and a baseball bat, just to stop it moving when you crack that nut. And quite contrarily, this of course goes the wrong way, so that's tightening it, and loosening it is to the right, for obvious reasons. Next step is magic. As tried and tested, suspended animation is in progress. Let's hope the belts hold out. Another one of these on the other side, and another fancy nut. I hope it's the same size. Otherwise, this will be a very short video. Well, this guy ain't budging, so I've put some WD on there, and we'll see what happens with that. And I'm moving on to the next stage because I can. Hammer again, obviously. Yeah, caught those just in time. Not much pad left. Well, it is looking like a short video because even though that is the same size, it is not budging. No matter what persuasion is used in terms of leverage. So we're moving on from that because I still can't get that off. And I figure if I get the whole damn thing off, I can take it down to the bike shop and maybe they got a air tool or something that will get it off. Who knows? So we've loosened the top bolt on the shock absorber, and now we're going to slacken the central screw of the rear wheel compensator in assembly, which sounds as though something could go horribly wrong. Apparently that's that one. And that doesn't seem to be connected to anything of that, but alright, that's what it says in the book. Okay, and then the bottom screw, everything seems to be back to front on this bike, but yeah, okay. Raise or lower motorcycle, done that already. And now we've got to remove the pin. This sounds complicated. Yeah, so it was that one, this one. And the nut's off the other side, so removing it, I think this heavy stuff is going to fall down, I think, so I might need something to prop that up. Obviously I wasn't wrong, and as I'm pushing it out with a Phillips, just a gentle tap, it's sliding out the other end, and this indeed dropped down. Well, this seems entirely unnecessary, but it says it is necessary, so I guess I'm going to do it. I don't really want to muck about with the engine mountings, but alright. Didn't quite follow the instructions, but it seems to have worked, so that's free there. This is just for my reference, that's the top, and it's dangling around. So there it is, out. Way easier than removing shocks and springs and things on cars, because the springs don't explode in your face with some crazy clamping tool, which has obviously happened before. The only guy I know crazy enough to help me with springs is Kurt. He didn't have to get involved with this one. So I guess if I carry on the other side, obviously loosening this, and I pull that out, that should drop out and all hell will break loose. Let's find out. Although these although these bolts are difficult because they're dried out, being in Arizona, at least they're not rusted in. I lied. Will you look at that? Rust. I ain't seen that for a while. Oh, wait, maybe I have. Well, would you look at that? That is exactly the right diameter, and indeed circumference, and probably radius, to push this out. So it's coming out, like it or not, and I think this is going to come crashing down. Apparently not. Nothing holding that in place. Just magic. So it was those engine mount bolts that needed slackening off because it was basically the tension. So apparently to remove the chain we need one of these, which looks so last century. Just the tension between the two outer edges holding that in, and now they're slackened off with a bit of persuasion with the trusty rubber hammer. As you can see, it's shifted. Yeah. It's going to be a bastard to get back in. So we're well clear on that side. Not so much on this side because there's something down the bottom that's restricting me moving that down. And really, I'm battling against the chain, which is coming off anyway. So I guess that's the next step. So apparently to remove the chain, we need one of these, which looks so last century. So I'm going to be using one of these. And of course, it's F4 o'clock, so cheers. Well, actually, that came out really nice and easily. So it might not be such a bastard to put back. So I got it out. I hate cleaning stuff, but I guess it's got to be done. All degreasing, leave it overnight, see what happens. Quite pleased with my bronze rear swing arm. Bit of selective masking, didn't quite work all the way around, but yeah, I like that. It's going to need some lacquer on it to give it some protection, but I used that wheel paint, so hopefully that's a little bit more robust, and it's going to get dirty anyway, so what the hell. On the bottom of this, I'm actually going to use this stuff because it's harder wearing, and maybe won't get so badly chipped, and nobody's going to be looking at the bottom of it anyway, and if they are, they need to get a life. The usual Heath Robinson affair, using the paddock stand to keep the back end relatively level, while using a jack which didn't go high enough. So thanks to the purchase of a new TV, because the old one died, I got some polystyrene or styrofoam to just get this roughly in the right place up here so I can slot the bar through. I don't believe you even need, I'll start again. I don't believe you even needed to ask. Of course, hammer. Got the whole team of gentle persuaders out. Big screwdriver involved, obviously. Okay, we got it back in there. It didn't say anything about adding grease, but I did, so that's what's all splattered around the side, and it was probably some Ponzi Agip, but I just used this, multi-purpose. Well, that's a first, all the way from the UK. Probably from China. Crazy as it seems, with all these ridiculous tools that I don't have a torque wrench. So I'm going to need to come back and torque that and torque all those bolts that I did over there. I'm going to get myself a torque wrench. And there she is, back together again. And there's a monkey. Looking good, actually. Like that. Hope you do too. But if you don't, whatever. And the back end is starting to come together. Kind of like that rear light, although mounting it behind would have been better. Might have to buy another one of those. Getting this chain guard back in was a real nightmare actually, because it's fatter at one end than it is at the entrance. And it was a toss-up between like heating it up to make it, because it's plastic, heating it up to make it more pliable, but then you lose the rigidity when you're trying to push it. So it was just a question of being patient and gentle tapping. You see it runs all the way through there. Tapping with a good old-fashioned trusty rubber mallet, of course, and just, you know, watching where bits were catching on bits of the actual swing arm, and we got it in there eventually. It was a right fiddle. So this project has been an excuse to buy some tools that I can't believe I never had, and some others that I can't believe I'd ever needed. But being an owner of Italian machinery, there's a lot of special tools involved. So yeah, lots of tools. So thanks for watching, and remember to subscribe to the channel. See you soon.